Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're making these adorable bunny cookies. I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you're interested in cookie decorating or you've always wanted to learn, then you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. But before we get started, I did want to tell you about my new cookie class. Imagine creating this stunning, fully edible 3D Easter basket out of cookies that is sure to impress your family and friends. In my brand new online class, I'll guide you step by step on how to create this adorable cookie Easter basket from start to finish. You'll learn how to master royal icing consistencies, how to pipe a basket weave pattern, how to build a sturdy 3D cookie basket, how to bake cookies on a stick for adorable accents, and even how to paint on cookies. And you'll also get a full workbook with everything you need: supply lists, recipes, templates, practice sheets, everything to make learning easy and fun. So to be sure to check that out, the link is in the description. But today we're decorating these adorable little Easter bunny cookies, and I'm going to start by just using some 15-second royal icing in brown and painting in the inside of the ears. I dampened my paintbrush just slightly, and I wiped off all of the excess water on a paper towel. And I'm just going to smooth out this brown icing that I put down. If you don't feel like you have enough, you can always give it another squiggle and paint until it's smooth. And then you don't need to wait for that to dry, so I'm going to immediately grab my white icing, also in a 15-second consistency, and just outline the ears. I'm going to go over it twice just to make it a little bit thicker. And then I'll use my scribe to settle the icing down and to further shape it if I need to. And once I'm done fussing with the ears, I'll move on down to the body, and I'm just going to touch down with my icing, lift up just slightly, and go around the bow, and then touch down at each corner as I go around the outside edge. I'm going to watch where my line of icing is falling so that I can stay as close to the edge as possible. And then I'm just going to flood this in. Now, if your icing is not a 15-second consistency, you probably don't want to flood right up to the edge because it might overflow. And so I'll just finish flooding this in, and then I'll use my scribe to settle the icing down and pop any air bubbles. Using your scribe will ensure that you get a nice smooth finish on your royal icing. Then I have some little black pearls here. I'm just going to drop them in for eyes, and I'll leave a link to all the products in the description. Then I'm going to set this cookie in front of a small table fan until the icing crusts over. And then once that happens, I can come back in with my pink icing and do the outside bow loops. And as always, I'll use my scribe to shape the icing and to make sure it gets all the way down to the cookie so that these little bow loops do not crater. One thing you can do to help prevent craters is to put a squiggle of icing in the middle of the small section before you flood over it. And then this cookie is going back in front of a table fan to dry again until the pink crusts over, and then I will add the bow. It only takes about 5 minutes for it to crust over in front of the table fan. And then I'm using my scribe as always to settle the icing down. And then I'm going to pipe a little heart-shaped nose here, and then I'll use my scribe to further shape it. And then this cookie needs to dry completely, so go ahead and set it aside. It'll take about 24 hours for me before I'm going to come back in and use some pink luster dust and just give it some rosy cheeks. And again, all of the products I used are listed in the description. And the final details are just adding a couple of eyelashes here with my black edible marker and some freckles and whiskers and a little mouth. I just love putting these final details on and watching the cookie come to life. And this little cute bunny is absolutely adorable. And she's really easy to make. So I hope that you gather up your supplies and make these along with me. It's a cookie that every bunny will love. Be sure to check out the tutorial for all of the other bunnies that are multiplying faster than I can get videos out. So I'll leave a link in the description. See you later.